Before we get into today's Reddit stories, let's talk about Appalachian Mountains. Appalachian Mountains are a massive mountain range in eastern North America. They are known for their breathtaking forests, rugged trails, and being one of the oldest mountain ranges in the world. But they are also surrounded by countless legends, eerie folklore, and unsettling stories over the years. Hikers, campers, and locals have shared strange experiences, from hearing unexplained voices in the woods to seeing things that they simply couldn't explain. No one knows how many of these stories are true and how many are just legends. But one thing is certain, the Appalachian Mountains have become one of the internet's most talked about places for creepy stories. With that said, let's dive into today's Reddit stories. The third first story. I grew up in East Tennessee. Weird stuff happens sometimes. Our old farmhouse was haunted. Tried to find an old farmhouse that isn't. I've seen floating balls of light in the woods. Which lights, my grandma would call them. I don't know what they are, but I know better than to not follow them. My mother once told me she saw Bigfoot. She didn't call it that, though. She'd never heard of it before. She said she was walking down the road by our place, looked up and saw a very tall creature, like a man, covered in black fur or hair, standing at the tree line. He stared at her for a second and then turned and walked back into the woods. This was when she was a teenager, so around 1943. Turned out a lot of men in town had seen this thing when they were out farming or hunting. They saw it so often they named it Old Blackie. Not very imaginative folks. Nobody was fused about it. It was just there. Nobody bothered it and it didn't bother them. Eventually, it went away. Or maybe died. By the time I was living there, it was long gone. It was my grandfather who told me the farmers had seen it, though he never did. Neither my mom nor my grandfather ever made up stories or told tall tales. This is the second story. Lived in Appalachian my whole life. Lots of weird stories. The first is driving down Highway 52 in West Virginia in the middle of the night. A very dead zone, no houses, no phone signal, etc. A, a person slash ghost, something was standing behind the guardrail and jumped towards the car. Was dressed in all black with a hooded type tech coat, it seemed. We dodged whatever it was and speed up, but the scariest part was when looking back, it was still standing in the middle of the road looking at us while we drove off.